everybody, Brent Florica here, and welcome back to another episode of Sketchbook B. In today's episode, I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at my favorite project to date on the channel. It's a mini comic that I created for Inktober last year called Perilous Dreams. What's the basic principle of what we're doing here? Well, there are 31 random prompt words, so I did 31 comic panels, and I did them in order based on these random prompt words, but I tied them together into one story that hopefully you'll agree is cohesive and works together, and ended up with a 5-page mini comic that I turned into a special video presentation with the help of some very talented people that I will note later. This was a really exciting project for me. I wanted to push myself beyond just doing a random drawing based on a random prompt word every day of the month. I have done that before, and that's fine and it's fun. But I wanted to go a little further this time and, accept a new challenge of trying to tie it all together, make a cohesive story, practice sequential storytelling, like this sort of comic book format, because that's intentional, so I can practice things that I'm going to use later on when I create my big project that I'm working towards one day on the horizon. So that was kind of the goal of all of this, and it was a really fun project. A lot went into it. And I hope you enjoy the process as much as I enjoyed going through it, and hopefully it's of some benefit or at least some interest to you. So please do enjoy, and we'll jump right into the process, starting with step 1. So we start off with breaking down all the words. This is the prompt list, 31 words, and we begin with all the locations and places. First, we start off with this path. We move to arise, and then we have castle and saddle, which I think I'll be able to work together later on. That brings us to the next group, which is characters. What do we have? We have spiders, a toad, an angel and a demon, which is cool, and a beast. Next group is objects. In this group we have a map, we have fortune, which I shift later, a dagger, frost, chains, fire, cool words, then adjectives and descriptions. So we have golden, spicy, plump, scratchy, celestial, shallow, dangerous, and massive. Lastly, we have actions. So in this category we have dream, dodge, drip, bounce, wander, and remove, sparkle, and rush. Now the cool thing about all of this is now I can group them and it starts to take shape. We have 3 basic locations. We have our path, our rise, and then a castle that's sitting in a saddle of land. And within that I can start to group the other words, dividing them by category and placing them in these settings, and it helped me to lay out the story in a very quick and effective way. So with all of these words broken out into their various categories and a general sense of the settings I would be going through and the characters and the objects, all that stuff, I started sketching out some rough pages, laying out the story one panel at a time, and getting a sense of how many pages in total this comic would be. I really liked the prompt words, and they just worked together really well, and the process of laying out the rough panels actually came together really smoothly. I also began prep for this whole thing a month in advance, so I signed up for an email newsletter or something so that I could get the prompt words a month in advance. So I had them on September 1st instead of October 1st, which was a big deal because that gave me so much time to get all this together ahead of time, and I wasn't rushed, and it was really just a chill process of working all of this out. I developed my character and what she was going to look like. I developed the settings and everything, and just each page, it kept coming together just better than I even thought it would, and I was getting just more and more excited to begin the actual process of doing the real drawings in October. And I was by the time it rolled around, I had everything laid down. I was really confident with what I wanted to do, and I was ready to get going and get started on this. Then, of course, October 1st came around and it was time to begin the drawing process. And so this year I chose to do the entire project digitally in Clip Studio Paint. This was going to be a challenge for me, but I also really wanted to practice my digital art. And CSP has so many great brushes and tools for comic creators. Like, it is designed with comic creators in mind. So, add in the simpler process of recording my screen as well on the computer as I'm doing it. It eliminated some of the more tedious aspects of creating the video and the process for doing all of this, because I knew I wanted to do that. So it made it kind of a no-brainer to do it that way. And the process on the whole was great. Each day I penciled and inked one panel, trying to make the story feel as mysterious and moody as I could. And it was just a really fun experience, and I enjoyed the challenge of sequential storytelling in this comic book format, especially with a series of words that on the surface have nothing to do with each other. The purpose of this project was to grow and to push myself. And, I learned a great deal about CSP and also about storytelling. And, each new project for me is prep for a future story that I'm hoping to tell one day. This kind of larger scale project that I'm working towards. So every decision, every choice I make about the panels and page layouts, it has purpose. And it's more effective to do several mini comics and learn the process than sink months into an entire book only to find at the end that I still need a lot of improvement. I'm not really happy with it. It could have been better. And because I was just only thinking about this for 6 months, I didn't give myself a chance to learn and improve. I was just making the same mistakes for 6 months. So doing a small project and doing several of them is a much more effective way to improve than just doing massive, large projects. Each day, this story built, and one panel at a time, it came together. And when I got to day 31, I was genuinely happy with the final product. And I even got one printed for my shelf just to remind myself that, I have a finished project like this, that I'm capable of doing this. Now, the book was really cool, but I also had kind of grander plans for this project, and it was something that I wouldn't be able to do by myself. So I brought in some help. I had my younger brother Shane give me a ton of help on the video side of things, and I'll link his information in the description. He's super talented and does a lot of cool photography stuff. And I also brought in some amazing vocal talent. So her name is Elizabeth Nightingale. I found her on Fiverr, and man, did she do a great job on this. It turned it into something that was just really special, and I simply could not have done it on my own. And it made it so much better than I could have possibly imagined. So if you haven't seen it yet, feel free to check out the video. I'll link it somewhere here for you so you can see it. Honestly, I think in the 5 years that I've been doing this channel, this is probably my favorite video that I've ever put out. It was really awesome in the end, and just tickled me so much that it turned out so well. So yeah, please do let me know in the comments section what you think of it, and if you'd like to see more of this type of thing, if you enjoyed like these sort of video presentations of comic stories that I create, because I think I want to do it for this year's Inktober challenge as well. I'm a little bit behind on it. I'm still drawing it, but it's turning out really good, and I want to do something like this, I think, to create another video presentation of this one, because I think it could be really cool. But yeah, just let me know, because I'm just curious about what you all think of that and what your level of interest is in something like that. It's just good feedback for me and gives me an idea of what sorts of things people are into, so I'd appreciate your feedback. So there you have it, folks, all 5 pages of my Inktober mini comic, Perilous Dreams. This was such a blast to put together. I was thrilled with how it all came together, And if you feel so inclined, you can check out the actual video presentation of it on my YouTube channel, and I'll try and link it somewhere here so you can find it. As well, it's on my website, brentflorica.com, so you can, look through the pages that way, and on, a full screen on your computer or on your phone or whatever. If you want to just kind of take it at your own pace and check it out, that's cool too. Please do like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. No pressure to do that. I'm just grateful that you spent some time with me today, and I'm thankful for any interest and support for my art. It means the world to me. It's my passion, it's what I love to do, and it's what I feel like I was made to do. So thank you for spending some time with my stuff today. It means a lot. Until next time, everybody, take care.